wanted to make a quick little video about eBay. I get a lot of comments. People's like, well, that's too expensive. How could you charge so much? I'll give you an example how eBay works. I sold that RCI 29 base the other day. Those radios, $600 to $650. This one's well documented, box, everything. It's like brand new. Listed it for $525. Took an offer for $500. It sat there for like a week or two. I had it promoted 4%. So after the promotion fee, the final value fee, the listing fee, blah 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 fee, they charge fees on your shipping because of scammers who sell something for $1 and $100 shipping. So they charge fees on the shipping. So I lost money on the shipping because I put the exact dimensions and weight in. After it was all said and done, it showed the order total was like $600 and something that the customer had to pay. I got like $350, maybe $362, I think is what hit my bank. That's almost half. Now, if you don't promote something, you get to save 4%, but if it's something that's kind of niche, you want to get it out on top a little more. Or if it's something that's very common, you might want to get it out on top a little bit more. Most of my vintage stuff, I don't put a promotion on it. I just let it sit till it sells. But take, for example, I just put that Robin 520D on there the other day. Let's break this down. I started with 150 in it. Okay. To my door after tax, like $170. I spent a day working on it. A good 7-8 hours, recapped it, realigned it, cleaned it up. Well, I'm listing it for $350. If it sells for $350, I might make $250. So the $160 or $170 I got in it, plus my time and labor, I'm lucky to make $50 to $70 at that price of $350. And of course, I'll get a ton of messages. Oh, that radio's only worth $100. So I'll give you $200. It gets to a point where on eBay, probably preaching to the choir, anybody else who sells crap on eBay, but it gets to a point where you need to sell something for double the price to make $50. And that's why everything's so expensive these days on eBay. That's why you see Cobra 2000s out there for $1,000 that aren't perfect. Because somebody wants to get $500 or $600 for it, and by the time they promote it and get the attention, that's about what they're going to get if they sell the darn thing for $1,000. It's just ridiculous. I know it depends on category. It depends on volume. Where I work at, we're a big international parts store. And on eBay, takes a lot of the fees off on us because we probably do 10,000 transactions a month. So if they sell something for $500, eBay might only take $15, $20. So the regular sellers, I mean, I've been on eBay since 2001, back when there was like a flat 3% charge at the beginning. I really miss those days. And people, if I put something on Facebook Marketplace, I'm driving out somewhere, nobody shows up. Or I get somebody over here, and the same thing. Well, I drove all this way. How much is the radio? $300. I only brought $100 with me. Well, you know what? Get back in your car and get the hell out of here. Because I'm not a charity. I don't mean to sound like I'm ranting and raving here, but I buy stuff to collect for myself, and sometimes I buy spare stuff for parts, and if it ends up being in good shape and I get it working, I want to turn around and sell it and at least make $50 off of it, And then I get people, I got a guy in California the other day that was trying to buy that RCI 29. Well, can you give me free shipping? I asked him what his zip code was. What was it? 91 something. So I put in the weight, and the shipping was like $80. No, I can't give you free shipping. Free shipping means I pay for the shipping. Nothing's free. And that's another $80 taken off the price of something I'm already losing $150 off of a list price. All said and done, I've lost half of what I paid for it. And then the government wants to come in. They did that $600 tax law, but they keep pushing it back. You used to be able to sell up to $10,000 worth of stuff on eBay, used stuff, before they send you a 1099 and take it out of your income tax. Now, if you're selling new stuff with a vendor's license, it's different, like where I work. But they lowered that to $600. So sell one thing, and after that, it comes out of your income tax. So let's take it back to what the original thing was. I mean, they postponed it. Now they made it $2,500. But okay, let's say I sell over the $2,500 limit. So let's say I buy something for $100. I put time and effort into it, at least $50 worth of labor. List it for $200, so it'll sell for $150, and then the government wants to take the $50 I make. That's how this is going to work out when that all does go in there. So I know I'm ranting and raving, and then I get so many comments about the post office. Why do you want me to send it through the post office? Do you not want to get your item? It's not cheaper. I sell big, heavy things. A guy was like begging me the other day to send something through the post office. And I was like, do you have a problem with your UPS guy? Use FedEx. If you have a problem with FedEx, use your UPS guy. If you have a problem with both of them, I've got a problem with the post office. So it's no go, bud. Like I said, the place I work at, we send, 500 packages a day or more UPS. And we were sending like 100 packages a day through the post office. Black Friday and Cyber Monday, they lost 2 whole truckloads that sat in the post office distribution center for almost 2 months. We had to resend everything back out UPS with a return label in case the other one ever showed up, and hopefully the customer was honest and returned it. We lost tons of money with UPS when they lose something or damage something. Some sellers might give you the jerk around, but you log into UPS and you do a claim. If you had insurance on there and you packed it right, if they damaged it or it goes missing, 9 times out of 10, they just pay the claim and go on. The post office can have proof that they lost it or they damaged it, and they still make you wait up to 180 days. And if say you insured something for $300, and they'll say in the end, well, okay, we're going to pay your claim, but we only value it at $125. That's what we say. So if you want me to send something through the post office, you just drive over here and come and get it, because it ain't happening, Jose. No way. I just ain't doing it. Guess that's enough rant about that. But yeah, eBay, I need to sell. I had a website for a while and I was trying to sell stuff direct, but eBay just offers a platform where I'm covered, the buyer's covered. If something doesn't arrive and UPS wants to jerk you around, a lot of times eBay will step in and let me keep the money and refund the buyer. If the buyer, a lot of times if they try to scam me, try to send me back an empty box or something. And I document everything, even when I pack it. I have pictures of me packing stuff, videos of me boxing it. If they say I sent them a brick, eBay always sides with me, let me keep my money and go after them, or vice versa, however this works. So eBay does offer some security there, and that's why I use it, but they are a big ripoff on electronics, jewelry, stuff like that. It's a huge ripoff for the little guy. It's fine for the big seller, but so if you see something on there, if it's valuable to you and it's worth your time and money, something, don't try to, get the seller to sell it at less, because he's already losing money most of the time. I mean, yeah, if you see somebody selling a unit in Washington on there for $1,000, just move on. Don't even send them a message and ask to give them $200. I mean, just move on. They'll eventually lower the price or take it off there. But if somebody's within margin, I mean, you don't go to Starbucks and ask, for half off on your coffee. You don't go to Walmart and ask for half off on a TV. I mean, everybody's got to make money. So I know eBay sucks. I know the prices seem a little bit high. But anything that I send out, unless it's something that's just totally as is, like, big stack of radios I just don't want to work on, my stuff gets fully gone through. I've got service manuals for everything. I put all the limiters back. I tune the 54 megahertz trap, so there's no spurious emissions up on 6 meters. And I get a lot of hams and nannies coming there. Well, that don't look like a ham radio. Oh, that's a CB. Yeah, no shit. I don't bother you on your band. Don't bother me. I'm selling clean radios. Sure. Yeah, they're illegal. Fine, whatever. How many times you drive over the speed limit, And most of the hams, they come down, to 11 meter sideband and talk on their ICOM 7300 or their Yaesu 991. And sometimes they're dumb enough to even talk about their call sign. And don't act like ham radio is all holier than thou. I've been a general class for 15 years now and a tech before that. I used to work at R&L Electronics. I used to repair radios. I used to see hams every day. the holier than thou things why people don't want to get their ticket. They don't want to go. Here's another perfect example. I was trying to get my daughters interested in this. I take them to field day and other stuff, and we're listening to HF, and we're down on 7.2 megahertz, and it's just a bunch of hams cussing each other out 10 times worse than CB. And then the guys I used to deal with at RNL, I mean, they're so holier than thou. They come in there, they look down on everybody who's not their class, or higher, and this and that. Nobody cares, man. I'm a ham. Most of the people I talk to are hams. We either talk on 2 meters or we talk on 11 meters. And this radio you're looking at here is 25-watt radio. This one's pretty clean. It's surface mount. It's been tuned. It doesn't bother you guys up on 6 meters. If you got a problem with CB, you're going to send the ARRL after somebody. They can't do nothing. FCC don't care. If you're not causing interference with somebody and you're not acting like channel 6 running 10,000 watts, before you put a comment on there, that's illegal. Just don't look at the video. Don't watch the video. It's like the people who go on TV and complain, they don't like a TV show or they don't like what somebody said here, so they start a letter writing campaign to get it taken off the air. You know what? There's a million other channels out there. Change the channel, go along. Somebody out there likes that, and you're trying to take it away from them. And, hams do it all the time. They got these radios like these here, and they do GMRS on them. They Mars on them, do their police frequencies and EMS. I mean, grow up, fellers. I'm not interfering with you. I'm not bothering you. And I'm all of my stuff that leaves here is clean. I'm not clipping stuff. I'm not selling 200-watt radios, 500-watt radios. So you can take a hike, man. So I guess enough for the rant today, but I'm sure somebody will put a comment on here right away. If you ever watch Randy on NotaRubicon talk about GMRS, the sad hams have to come in there and complain about everything. They do it to me. Every video I've got, well, that's not a ham radio, that's a CB. Nobody cares. As long as these CBers ain't getting up on 28 megahertz, let them be, man. CB is the Wild West. Nobody cares. The FCC's not going to do anything. I can go on here and dead key all day long at 10,000 watts on channel 6. Nobody's going to bother me unless I'm interfering with my neighbors or talk on EMS or do some stupid crap. Nobody's going to bother you. You have to cause a ton of interference. If you're just running a 25-watt radio, stay off the extra channels is all I can say. Most people buy these because most stock CBs these days, like a Uniden 980 SSB, they suck. They just suck. I mean, there's nothing you can say about it. That's why I like old vintage radios. They don't have to be 25, 30 watts. They can key up 3, modulate clean to 15 and go on with your day. So anyhow, I don't know why I'm even still ranting on. This escalated again. But before y'all leave a comment, man, about asking to lower the price or complaining about shipping or saying, that's not a ham radio, that's a CB. I know. So y'all have a blessed weekend. Great day. And I really enjoy all my subscribers here. And I do try to answer everybody's comments. I do have a full-time job and down here in the basement fixing a lot of stuff. I don't always get back to everybody, but I try. So, feel free to leave comments. And, I usually sit down once or twice a week and try to answer everybody. So 73s to you all, and have a great weekend. And we will catch you on the next one. Bye.